7 years ago, my wife and I took our son on a trip to New York City. And one night we had dinner at Keen's Chop House. It's one of the oldest steakhouses in America, and that night I ordered something I'd never had before, the legendary saddle mutton chop. To this day, it's one of the most memorable meals I've ever eaten. But today, I'm going to see if I can recreate that famous steakhouse experience in my own backyard using a 1500-degree Bighorn broiler, the same type of intense overhead heat that many steakhouses use in their salamander broilers. But first, some obligatory steak on the Bighorn. See how it tastes. Tender. Oh, wow. Hey, it's Mark from Lone Wolf Barbecue, and I am sitting here with my new best friend, the Bighorn 1500 degree 16-inch broiler. This is a phenomenal tool. It's you've seen a lot of videos on them on YouTube. It cooks steaks very well. We ran a few through last night, as you can see here. The first experiment, it did okay. I was going by what most people were saying, 2 minutes per side, but the second steak, it only took two tries to dial it in. The second steak was perfect. It cut in. It was perfect medium rare that I like. Excellent crust on the outside. But this is a great machine for cooking steaks. I'm still more of a charcoal guy. I like to smoke. But this tool has its purpose in the backyard. It's a great purpose. I've been wanting to do something for a while, and when Bighorn reached out and sent me this, I was so excited because this is a great searing machine. Think about restaurants, the big restaurants. They've got salamanders, they've got, you know, the cheese melters, and then the broilers that's designed just to put that sear on those steaks. A lot of times they'll combine a salamander like this with an oven to finish the steak off, you know, just like we do reverse sears. So about 7 years ago, I took the family, well, my son and his girlfriend and my wife, we went on a trip to New York. Spent a few days there between Christmas and New Year's, back, you know, when New York is really the most festive. And I made a reservation for us at Keen's Chop House. I always call it Keen's Steakhouse, but it's Keen's Chop House because they are famous for their mutton chops. So we went in, we had dinner. I, of course, had to have the mutton chop. Never had one before. It was great. It was fantastic. Different than, you know, a steak. It's a little bit of gaminess in it. No, not a lot, but it's got a great taste. My son and I shared a porterhouse, and my wife got a tenderloin, and I got the mutton chop, and I have not been able to recreate that since. So we're going to use this boy today, and Keen's actually sells their mutton chops. You can have them shipped to you. There's a service called Gold Belly. I'll put a link to it. I don't have any type of discount or anything for it, but there's other places to buy mutton chops, but these come directly from Keen's. Keen's sources all their chops themselves, and then they process them. So they'll get the big chops and cut them into like 2-inch. You can see here, it's just 2-inch chops. So these chops are what's called like the saddle. They're coming from the back of the sheep, and then they've got these little, what they call ears. They're little flaps that come off that if you cook them right, they're almost like bacon. So we're going to do that, and this is going to be the tool that's going to allow us to do that, to get that really crispy bacon. When I open this, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm really excited about this. I've been wanting to do this for a while. We are going to sear these off in the Bighorn, and then we're going to finish them off in about a 400 or 450 degree Weber kettle that I've got firing up. I just fired it up a little bit, put charcoal in it, let it heat up. The directions that Keen's provides with these says to cook it in a cast iron skillet over the stove, and then finish it off in a 500 degree oven, or I think it said 400 degree oven, until it reaches about 135. So those instructions are for people that really don't have a backyard barbecue like a lot of us do. If you're watching this, you more than likely have a setup in your backyard. Those instructions were designed for the kitchen. There's other videos, like Eater did a video where they're showing, they put it in their salamander. I think he said he broils it for about 1 minute on each side. pulls the pan out, drains the grease off of it, and then puts it into a 500-degree oven. He said, I think 20 to 30 minutes. That's what we're going to try to replicate today, exactly like they do it. So let me open this thing and let you see what it looks like. Okay, we've got the broiler heating up, so let's go ahead and cut into this and see what we got. I like the way it's packaged. So Gold Belly does a good job. It comes in a refrigerated package. It's got a couple of ice packs in it. You basically, when you order it, you set the day you want it delivered. So if you're looking for like a weekend cook, you need to order it by like, I think it's Monday or Tuesday. I had mine come in on Thursday. Now, they do say that these are good in the fridge for about 2 days. Otherwise, you want to freeze them immediately if you're not going to use them that quick. And I'm just going to pull one out, wrap the other, put it back in the cooler. So there we go. That's what it looks like. The flaps, as you can see, some people call it belly meat, but this is, this is the vertebra. This is a tenderloin, and then we got a sirloin here, and then this is what you might call the belly flap, but it's along the back or along the side, coming down the side. So there's two. You can wrap it close, which I think I'm going to on my first try. If you wrap it that way, it helps protect the tenderloin, because that tenderloin is going to cook much faster than the rest of it. I am going to take a little bit of oil. Now I've got avocado oil, and I'm just going to put a little bit on both sides, flip it, do that again. Okay, then we're going to take some salt and just lightly salt it. We're going to do both sides. So now that we have that, we're ready to put it in the oven. I'm going to let the oven heat up a little bit, a couple more minutes, and then we'll come back and put it in there. Okay, I think we're good. So we're going to take this iron skillet as is and put it right in there. And then we're going to time that for a minute. Dude, that's smelling good already. Okay, there's 1 minute. Look at that. Okay, let's set it here and flip it over and do that again. Well, those wings just want to kind of flop out on their own, so let's go ahead and take advantage of that. Okay, here we go. Number 2. So Keen's, I think, opened in the 1880s. It's a 140 something, maybe 145-year-old restaurant. It is one of the classics of New York City. If you go there, if you go to New York, you got to give it a try. Depends on who you talk to. It's better than Peter Luger's. But if you want something unique, this is one of the few restaurants in America that still serves this cut of mutton. But everything else they have is just as fantastic. Great desserts. And it's like walking into a time capsule. They have all types of museum grade artifacts in there. They've got the playbill from the Ford Theater with Lincoln's blood actually on the paper. Things like that. Lily Langtree was big there. She was the one that convinced them to allow women members, because it used to be a members only type of thing for people going to see plays. See how that looks. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Okay, let's lay it here and get it ready to put on the grill. Mark the editor here, jumping in for a quick minute. Today starts Amazon Prime Days, and Bighorn is excited to participate. Check out their Amazon store to see great deals on broilers, pizza ovens, accessories, and more. They even have a Santa Maria. Now, Bighorn sent me this broiler to test, but in this video, I'm really focused on one specific use case, recreating the famous mutton chop from Keen's. Because of that, I'm probably not doing justice to everything this broiler can do. One thing I do like is the flexibility. With multiple rack positions, you can move food closer to or farther from the burner to control the cooking intensity. In this cook, I use it as a steakhouse style salamander to build a crust before finishing the chop in my Weber kettle. If you'd like to see a more complete look at what this broiler can do, from steaks and burgers to seafood, vegetables, and more, check out my buddy Omar from Omar Over Fire. He just released a video putting this thing through its paces. The link is video below, along with the Prime Day deals and discount codes if you'd like to learn more. Now let's get this chop finished. Now I know they said to dump the grease, but I'm just going to put the whole pan on there. I'm going to leave it in the grease, let it cook, and see how that turns out. Center it a little bit. I'm going to get my little dot from Thermopin. Okay, so right there in the middle of the sirloin, it's sitting at 62 degrees. We're going to set it to 130 and let it go for a while. And we'll give it 20-30 minutes and see how it goes. Okay, as you can hear, we have reached, actually it reached 135. Oh, look at that. And then let's test it all around and see what we got. Here, yep, I got 134 in the strips. I got 145, a little bit higher than necessary in the tenderloins. So yeah, they did get a little bit overcooked. And then these external pieces are quite done too, but look at that. Look how well that looks. Oof. I'm going to pull it off the pan. See, even that side looks good. Ooh-wee, baby. Put it on a rack. A little bit of that grease strain off. I'm going to lightly tint it with foil, and then we'll go inside and rip into it here in a few minutes. So we're back in the kitchen, and we've got our mutton all cooked nicely, minute each side in the Bighorn broiler, and then about 20 minutes in a 450 degree Weber kettle, and then it reached 135 in the sirloin. So let's dig in here and see what we got. I'm going to start with kind of the ear portion, the flap. This is one of the best bites that you can have. Okay, that's a good meaty bite there. Yeah, that's good. As you move up the flap a little bit, then it becomes more like bacon. So you got more of that fat in there that's cooked well. Yeah. That's the money bite here. Now, the thing about a mutton chop is it's, no offense, it's kind of a masculine cut. It takes some work to get in here and do this, because basically you got this vertebrae here, tenderloin is stuck in here. You got to basically cut it out, but it's worth it. So let's go into this tenderloin first. Get up here. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Cut a bite right here, right in the middle. So it's nice and pink. Let's give it a try. Great flavor. It's got that mutton. Don't want to be negative, but it does have some little gaminess to it. It's just as tender as a beef tenderloin, if not probably a little bit more tender. So now let's get into the sirloin. You know, when I was at Keen's, I had no idea how to eat this. The waiter comes over and gives you tips if you don't know how. Okay, now this one you can tell it's a little more rare in the center. This one, this is where I temped it, right in here at about 135. About 130 is when I pulled it, and then it went up to about 135 at rest. So that's a good looking bite. So I almost forgot, one of the accoutrements that they give you at Keen's is mint jelly. So I don't remember if I even tried it in the restaurant, but it's supposed to take away some of that gamey flavor. You can see the consistency there. And this is homemade within the restaurant. This is not that weird green you see. I'll put a little bit on this tenderloin bite and see how it tastes. Wow. Okay, I'm usually not a fan of stuff like this, but that actually goes well with mutton. That mint really does, you don't taste the gaminess anymore. It kind of masks it, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So you can order these through Keen's Chop House online. There's also other suppliers that you can get. Search for saddle mutton chops, and you can get them for about half the price that you're going to get from Keen's. But you can be assured that what you get from Keen's is going to be high quality. I can't speak for the other ones. Again, they cut these in-house. This is huge. Good quality meat. To wrap up, the broiler did exactly what I wanted it to do. You know, like I said, I was excited when I heard that it was coming, because I've been wanting to try this recipe for a long time, ever since, you know, going to Keen's. Using it as a pre-broiler, and then, you know, finishing off in an oven. Quite a few of the big steakhouses do that way, so yeah, this gives me the chance to do the same thing. Worked really well on here. It really cooked the flaps very well, almost like bacon. Sorry, I'm gonna keep eating. Take a look at the Bighorn 1500 degree broiler. Like I said, I've got the 16-inch. I've got 3 models available. Check the description. I'll have a link to it along with the discount code. But until next time, keep peppering up your backyard, and we'll see you then. Okay, that's not bad. You're gonna try that. You'd like that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.